Yo, Epic Gamers, in this video, I've got to be all... Sounds cringy. So, in this video, I've got to beat all 3 Donkey Kong Country games in a row, back to back, in one day. Now, you might say, oh, it's one day, that should be really easy. Not for this guy, it is. Not only am I really terrible at video games, but also I might have other things to do, like chores and whatever throughout the day. So I've only got the one sitting or the one day to do it. If I don't do it, my siblings come up with a punishment for me that I am absolutely terrified about. They ain't gonna hold back. That's gonna happen tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do now for tonight is just chill a bit. I haven't practiced that much at all, so I'm still going to be terrible. I haven't even played the second 2 games yet. The second and third game. See you tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow.
So it's been about an hour since I've woken up. I've just been sitting here watching videos because I don't want to get out of bed. Be sad for me. I got to play video games all day. So I made sure I woke up nice and early, fully prepared for the day. I'm really tired. So first off, I had to unpack because I'd recently just been away and, you know, I need clothes. I did my usual morning routine spiel and then I was ready. Right, there we go. So as I've said, I haven't actually played through the 2 other games yet. I've only played through the first one, so I am quite scared. I probably wouldn't even do this, but I don't know. Let's just do it, I guess. Alright, here we go. Look, I'm about to delete my save game, erase game, select. Boom, it is gone now. So now I am officially starting a new save. Let's go. To be honest, as I'm recording this, I kind of forgotten a lot of what I did for the earlier stages, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine. So at this point, I was feeling pretty confident because World 1 was relatively easy. Like, there was this one stage that was really, really annoying because of the barrels. And as you'll see, barrels became the bane of my existence. But, well, apparently we're having a much harder time with these barrels than I'm having a much harder time with these barrels than I thought I would have. Like, this should be relatively straightforward, you know? But apparently, I'm really bad at it or something, so this is eating to a bunch of my time. Other than that, the rest of the stages weren't too bad. Obviously, I died here and there a couple of times, but for the most part, I was getting through it relatively quickly, and I thought if I kept at a good pace, I would actually be able to make World 1 by, you know, at least, at minimum, half the day, so I was pretty good. There you go, I managed to get over that stage, and that's probably one of the easiest stages in the game, so this is going to be really fun. Literally did the World 1 boss fight first try, so I'm pretty happy with that. World 2, definitely a bit harder because the very first stage had a lot of mineshaft platforming, and honestly the hitboxes are ridiculous. They are so tight a lot of the time. I found out why later, but I'm not going to mention that just yet. The minecart stage was actually a bit easier than I was expecting. I thought that would be a lot harder than it was, but after a while I kind of got the hang of it, and especially with the really specific jump, somehow I just got that, and that was great, so I went through the minecart stage relatively quickly. This cave stage though, the third stage, was ridiculously hard. So I've just been stuck on this one cave bit for ages now. It's just ridiculous just how hard this is. It shouldn't even be that hard. I don't know why I'm finding it so difficult, but this is harder than the minecart stage, so this is quite getting to me now. I think it's probably been like over an hour since I've done this challenge, and yeah, I'm like, I've done one world at best, so this is gonna be quite the day. I don't know why it was so hard, but I just couldn't do some of the platforming, and it took me forever, and then tragedy struck. Well, there you go. There's my first game over. So this will be interesting. Well, there we are. So that was my very first game over. So I just got past the minecart section. So I got to like the dark cave bit, and that's where I lost all my lives. I had 9 lives. So yeah, you can tell this is going to be a doozy of a challenge. This one. This is not going to be easy for me. For most people, this should be really easy, but I'm big dum-dum. So yeah, I just realized I had my fan on. Whoops. I just realized that I didn't save. So I've just lost all my save data. So I've got to do that all over again. That's really great. And so the grind was on to get back to the point where I already had just got to. This time it was a little bit easier because I'd already played all of the stages. There we go, guys. This time I've actually remembered to save. So there we are. So I've gone to, I think that's Candy Kong's thing. And so now I have saved. So hopefully I won't have to redo all of that again if something happens. So I wasn't nearly as worried, but it still took quite a bit to get back up to speed. So for this part of the stage, right, there's this press these stop and go things so that certain enemies don't come and follow you and stuff. But what I don't get is there's a little platform here. How am I supposed to make that jump? I've tried so many times to try and make that jump and I keep falling off it. Like most of the stage is fine. It's just this one jump here that I can't make for some reason. I don't know why I can't make it. I lost about 5 lives to try and do this one jump. Ridiculous.
And then, of course, I died again. So guess what? I had to do the whole grind again.
Alright, so I'm about an hour and a half in roughly now, and I've got back to this stage, but I've only lost like a couple of lives on the way through, so I'm doing relatively well now actually. I do apologise for the green on the screen, it's not normally like that, but it's just the way the CRT's being filmed, so sorry for that, but I think I've got about 8 lives now, so let me double check actually. 9 lives, okay, so I've got 9 lives, so I should be in a much better position for this, but the save is so close, so I really don't want to lose any lives at the moment, so I can save them up for later, but we'll have to see how this goes, I guess. Right, so I have made it back to this particular platform that I absolutely hate, so we shall see if I make it. Let's see if I make it. So I can get through the rest of this stage just fine. It's just this one particular bit. Oh, I did it! I did it, guys! Guys, I did. I did it then, and then I died. Oh, well, there we go. What do I expect? I have good news and bad news. The good news is I completed that level finally. The bad news is that it took me about 9 lives to do so. So I'm literally on my last life, so hopefully I can get to the save point by then, but even then I won't have enough lives, so I don't know what to do now. That's great. Anyway, you know, back to the video, I guess. The save point was right here, so that's really convenient. I still have no lives though, so that's a bit of a problem, but other than that, there we are. We have saved, so that's very, very handy.
So next we have the ancient temple stage, and yeah, this one was a little tricky. I mean, after a couple of attempts I did kind of get the hang of it, but it was definitely harder than I was expecting. But it was during this very stage that I had a revelation.
So I'm about 2 hours in. It's absolutely roasting because it's like 30 degrees over here now, so that's really fun. I've only just found out that I can actually sprint. I've been basically walking the whole time. Yeah, that's how little I've played this beforehand, but I'm getting some good progress in, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this done soon, and I'm really hoping the other 2 games are not too difficult, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, I'm about 2 stages in, and it's been about 2 hours, so this won't happen. Yeah, let's just keep going.
Armed with knowledge that I really should have known from the beginning, I powered through World 2 and got to World 3.
Right, here we are on to the 3rd world now, or 3rd... whatever you call it, so hopefully I can get through the rest of the stages not too bad.
The first stage of World 3 had barrels, which as you can imagine I did not fare well with, and this was the start of me actually going back to World 1-1 and grinding. So basically what I'd do is I'd go back to World 1-1, get as many lives as I possibly can, as the game just chucks lives at you in the very first stage, and then hopefully use those lives to be able to do the later stages better because of how much time they took.
So, neat fact they may or may not have known, if you go into Donkey Kong's house as you start the first level of the game, there's actually a spared life in there, so that's very handy for me to know. And now I believe I have 9 lives. I've got to double check. Look at that, I got 9 lives now, so that will be incredibly handy.
Okay, alright, fine, we won't do any montages for a while now. It was at this point that I got pretty darn hungry, so I thought I'd take a break, let's have a bit of food, let's relax, let's recharge, and let's come back. And now that I'm recording this, I'm actually really hungry as well.
Right, it's probably the hottest part of the day, so I am absolutely just like melting here. I just had an hour break, so I had some food, chatted on the Discord, which there'll be a link in the description if you want to go join it. At the moment, I'm getting quite tired now, I'm starting to flag a bit. Midday, I usually get the tiredest, so I've hardly started the first game, to be quite honest. I'm going to see how far I can get anyway. So hopefully I can at least get this game done by, I don't know, say 5. But then I'd have to smash the other 2 games out by the end of the day. So yeah, this challenge ain't going great. But I kind of knew that going in. I just wanted to see how far I could get, to be quite honest. But yeah, anyway, let's stop wasting time and get on with it.
It's at this very point that I made the dumbest mistake in the entire challenge.
Can't believe I just did this, right? So I was feeling the SNES, see how warm it was. I tapped the cartridge, and now the display is gone. So I'm going to have to reset the console now. So that was really, really, really smart of me.
I'm not going to make you go and sit through another montage, but that set me back by quite a bit.
Alright, so we are on World 4 now. I'm having a little difficulty with it, but honestly, World 3, whatever you call it, was actually not too bad. I got through that relatively quickly, so hopefully I'm going to get through this relatively quickly as well. I don't actually know if there's any more stages after this first one, because if there is, if this is like the final bit, and then that's kind of it for the game, apart from 100% it obviously, then I should be pretty sorted, but if not, I have no idea what I'm going to do. So, yeah, let's get through World 4, shall we?
Yeah, little did I know at this point that this is literally going to be the hardest world in the entire game. I spent so long on these stages, multiple hours. It was absolutely insane just how hard they were. The barrels, obviously, the slippery platforms. It was just an absolute nightmare getting through these stages.
Now you see, this is some of the hardest parts of the game for me. It's the barrel timings, because when you think you want to press it, I think it is actually trying to be a bit more fair and allow you to press it like when it actually does a rotation. But for me, I always want to press it slightly earlier on, just so I don't accidentally miss a shot. The game really doesn't like it when you do that. So I'm trying to do it like as the barrel turns exactly the right direction, but when it's like rotating a lot and all that kind of stuff, it is really difficult to kind of predict where the barrel's going to be. And if you miss it once, you lose a life. You don't even like a Kong or whatever. It's like, that's it. It's like, some of these stages are really hard. Some of these I find harder than the boss battles. That's the crazy thing.
At least with the first stage, you know, the one with the barrels and the one that I hate the most, the hardest one. Just after the checkpoint, there's a special stage where if you collect enough of the rhinos, which as long as you don't get a game over, they do actually carry over. Then you get a special stage, and I was able to get about 4 lives from that. So I was basically able to just rinse and repeat until eventually, I managed to get over the stage.
Right, I finally did that. I finally did that level properly, because the first time I found not a cheat, but some kind of like easier way to do it. Like it pushed, when the barrels pushed me down and then straight down, so I missed all of the hard bit. But took me about, what, about 12 lives, something like that. So that was really fun. So now I've got to go through the rest of the stages, and the second stage is not that much easier, but I do have a decent amount of lives because I was able to farm some lives in that stage. So yeah, let's just continue going. So I'm on the second stage now, and it actually is annoying me quite a bit because there's a lot of these like really tight platforms that I can't quite jump to properly. Like a lot of it has to do with like these like these rope things that are just like really hard to actually, you know, like a lot of the time you jump on the platform and you have to like immediately jump off, or else otherwise you'll get stuck. No, ow, okay. There was a bee there. The bees are really annoying because you can't like hurt them unless you throw a barrel at them, which most of the time there just isn't any barrels there. Oh, there was an O from Kong there. Oh, exit. Oh, okay. Right, okay. Good. Whew. I legitimately thought that I was going to start raging and throwing stuff then, but we got through it. Okay, 5. Oh, we're on another blizzard stage. Okay, this is going to be fun. Oh, I almost died. Like, obviously, I get it. You know, I'm sitting here playing a video game. Like, most people do this for fun, but it's just, it does get a bit stressful when you have a time limit, which is completely self-imposed, by the way, you know. I fell for the exact same thing. I'm going to do there. These stupid birds with their pelican things. By the time I've noticed that they're shooting at me, it's already too late. No. Oh, don't you... So it was shooting at me. I quickly moved out the way, and then I fell off the platform. I'm sure you guys want to see me throw the controller. At this rate, I might do. I've got 1 life left. And if I don't do that, then all of my progress I've just done, I'm going to have to do all over again. No, right. Okay, that's what I gotta jump onto. I can't, it's off screen. I can barely see it. I'm gonna go have a breather.
This was such a sad situation. Please like and subscribe, guys. This guy really needs your support, okay? He's so sad after playing a video game for all day. So, you know, that's a really sad thing to happen. And then after a lot more complaining...
Which is good! That's it. I've just been stuck on this one stage forever. I'm legitimately thinking of just giving up at this point. So many barrels. And they keep spinning and there's bees in the way all the time and it's just insane.
I finally, eventually, got through those stages.
Guys, I finally did the stage. I think that took about 30 attempts probably. I've done that stage and I have a good amount of lives. So if I can get these next, say, 3 out, I think I may actually be able to get this game done. I've got some chores to do now, but then afterwards I'll be back.
1 hour later!
So here's the predicament I'm in. That is the save point. There is one more stage. But in this stage, I can't see anything. It is completely pitch black and I don't know where I'm going. I have 1 life left, and if I don't do it, that is it. And if I have to do all this again, I may end up throwing something, probably.
You'll never guess what happened next.
And here we are. Game over. I've got to do the 3 most hardest stages ever on entire planet Earth, because I can speak English. I've got to do those all over again. Because I run out of lives. So I couldn't save. I'm gonna have some minstrels. They should sponsor me.
But you know what? I'm an epic gamer. I didn't come here to sit here and complain like a baby, alright? I'm gonna get through these stages and I'm gonna do it. Let's go, gamers!
Right, here we go, guys. You can't really see that well at all because of how the light exposure stuff is now, but that is the save point. So, if we click here, and then obviously we jump into Candy's barrel, there we are. We are saved. I don't have to do those 4 stages in the winter stages ever again.
The last stage of World 4 was a little hard, but nothing too crazy, and then we're straight on to World 5. World 5 was not nearly as difficult as World 4, but it still had its challenges. Like, for example, on the first stage, there were these barrels that had obviously fire coming out of them. You had to time it just right in order to jump over them. But right at the end, some of the barrels had different timed fire, so you'd have to be very, very careful in where you platformed. But other than that, this was a relatively straightforward stage. The second stage was also relatively easy. I just kept making a lot of really dumb mistakes, like I knew an enemy was going to jump right where I was standing, but I didn't think to move for some reason, or especially right at the end where the platform again got very specific and very, if you didn't time it exactly right, you would just fall off. Those kind of parts really annoyed me, especially when they're right at the end of the stage, but it was way easier than stage 4, so at this point I was just happy about that fact. The third stage, however, was insanely hard for me, again because of the stupid tight platforming. So there were these coal platforms that if you didn't jump at a very specific point, you would just completely miss it, fall through and blah blah blah. But right at the end of the stage, there were bees basically guarding exactly where you wanted to jump, and so if you weren't very careful about that, you'd keep either overcorrect or you'd completely fall off, and that did annoy me quite a lot, but I did get through it.
You didn't hear my freak out just then, but I was literally on my last life to get through that last stage, and I was so scared that I'd have to do it all again, but just managed to do it. Oh boy, I was so scared that I wouldn't be able to do that. I finally got through the stage. Those stages weren't too bad. We are pretty on our way to actually finish the first game. Not gonna complete all 3 games, because, yeah, great, but I want to at least be able to complete the first one, so...
Because at this point, I was starting to get quite bored, so with this stage in particular, the swimming stage, I kind of just started trying to find the little secret things, like where you get those bunch of bananas and all that jazz. Like, this was quite an easy stage, but for some reason I started to kind of slip up a bit and make a lot of mistakes I know I shouldn't have, but that's probably just because I was starting to get quite bored at this point.
The thing is, with a game like this, it all depends on the angle you come in. So for example, like, play this stage for the first time, I was actually pretty decent at it, because it's like, I guess I just have like a first time fluke or something. But then every other time, once I lose that kind of flow, I'll like be hitting into random enemies all of a sudden, and all the rest of it, and it's just like, once you lose that flow, that's it, you know? I mean, obviously I could, like, I don't know, look it up online or something, but I'm trying to play it as like it would have been back in the 90s, you know, like the best you would have had is some kind of guide and that was it. I don't know why the screen is flickering so much. I do apologise for that. It shouldn't be. I didn't really prepare much at all because I thought it'd be part of the fun, but I didn't realise just how long it would take me. Right on this now. Oh, it's things like that. It's things like that when it's off screen and you don't know. Fortunately, this is stage 1, so it doesn't matter nearly as much, but yeah, it is a bit frustrating.
1 hour later.
So I just took another break. I just checked Discord, watched a video, had some food, and so now this is on the final stretch. It's 9 PM now, so I've only got at most 5 hours if I'm going to go to bed super late to try and get at least this game done. And then tomorrow look forward to my punishment, or whenever they're going to do that. So let's just crack on with it.
Then I did the World 5 boss, and for some reason it was a barrel, like an actual oil barrel. I'm sure there's a political statement in there somewhere. And finally, onto the last world, World 6. Again, World 6 was actually relatively easy. There was only this one stage that was really annoying that was similar to a previous stage. And now that I think about it, I think in the previous stage that was similar to this, I was actually talking about this stage, but oh well, whatever. In this stage, there was like a lot of these like floating platforms that would go as soon as you touch them. And again, towards the end of the stage, it got very, very annoying when like you'd make one mistake and that's it, you'd be gone. It's almost as bad as the barrels, but not as bad. But once I got through that, it really wasn't too bad.
The thing with stages like these, with most of this game, why did I do that? Why? See? with most of this game, you have to know exactly what's going to happen even before it comes on screen. Like, for example, in this bit here, obviously because it's the earlier part of the level, it's not too bad. But later parts of the level, like, you'll have just a random bee or a random enemy just pop out from the screen and attack you immediately. Like, for example, here, you have to know exactly when that bee is going to start flying. And, like, this bit, see? Like, I knew when the bees were going to fly, but you have to know exactly when they're going to fly, otherwise you'll just hit into them. I get obviously most games are like this, and like that's kind of the point of the game, but it's another thing entirely when it's something that is completely off screen, not only paying attention, but actually... are you kidding? Are you being for real?
Yep, there we go. There's just more moaning from yours truly. Anyway, once I got over that stage, we got to the boss fight. This is actually the hardest boss fight I've done so far because of just how hard it is to jump up to hit the beak, which is what you're supposed to do. And also this time there was more projectiles it was shooting, but there's a very good reason why it was this hard, and that's because...
I don't know how long this is going to take, but now we are actually fighting King K. Rool himself now. So I was quite surprised that we're just in the boss battle and I already lost the thingy. So let's just... okay, yeah. Well, let's just try and defeat him, I guess. Right, Epic Gamers. Okay, I've done some grinding. I am back, and now we are about to fight King K. Rool. I'm going to leave the music on, because I like leaving the music on. So let's go. God, he's a fast boy, isn't he? What's he doing? Oh, he's over there now. Okay. Well, I got 15 lives, so... that should be good.
Oh, Epic Gamers, I think you know what time it is. Time for a montage.
Well, at least this is a tough final boss, which makes sense, as it should be. Why did I not jump then? I'm forgetting the attack patterns. I might have ruined my D-pad as well. It sounds incredibly squishy. Oh, it came back! What's the next phase? I won't know because I walk into a cannon. I love the oh sound that he makes, and the music is great. Like, having great music does make me less angry. There we go! Yes! Look at that! Okay, I didn't know how long the fight was going to be. Credits! Let's go! Woo! Let's go! Took away... oh, please don't tell me there's like another bit now. Yeah, knew it. Okay, there's another section. I'm gonna pretend like I knew that. Can't believe I got faked out by a video game. Cannonballs are gonna start falling down from the sky, because that's how cannonballs work, right? So they fall down from the sky, not being shot out of, you know, a cannon. His jumps are so quick. I'm absolutely sweating out right now. Right, Epic Gamers, I think I know what to do now. I have a good feeling about this run. There we are. Now, there we go. So he does a big hop like that. Then he does a big hop like that. Then he does mini hops like that. Then he does big hops, mini hops. I don't know what the third thing he does is. Oh, more mini hops. Okay. Okay, we're good. This is it. This is it, Epic Gamers. We done it. We actually done it real for this time. Yes. Yes.
Baby, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Here we go, gamers. Okay. I have no idea what Cranky Kong's saying. You have to tell it in the comments because this is the Japanese version. Wow, this has been a day. I only got 1 of 3 games completed, but hey, here we go. Yeah, there we go, Epic Gamers. I know I say that ironically, but man, I mean, it feels good to actually complete a game like this. And here we go. Here's the actual credits. Not the fake out credits. I don't know if you can tell by my hands. I am literally shaking like crazy right now. I have completed Donkey Kong Country. Have I 100%ed it? Hell no. But I did complete it in 1 day, which is a lot more than I was expecting.
1 week later.
Right, hello. So we've had a slight change of plan here. My siblings weren't able to do it for many different reasons. I have Gavin, who's going to come up with the punishment, and I am very scared.
Hello there, everybody. Yes, this is I, Gavin. I am coming up with Ben's punishment now.
So I'll go link his channel in the description. So before you say it, why don't you give a bit of backstory?
To build some suspense, I'm going to tell you what I was originally going to do. So basically, the original idea I had was I was going to make you watch Thomas. But I decided against that because I think my new idea is a little bit better for you and for me, and I think it's a bit more fun. What I've got in mind
that is what I'm
fun.
scared about.
No.
You're building up the suspense a lot here.
So Ben, your punishment
Okay.
is that you've got to make a video for me. You have to basically read the script and do what the script says.
Okay. This will teach me for setting unrealistic goals, I'm guessing. I don't know how scared I should be now.
Be reasonably scared.
A few moments later.
Alright, we're back. So now I have to read the document that Gavin has sent me, and I am suitably terrified, as I should be. What? What even is this? What am I looking at? Don't call me Dirty Percy.
So, okay, for a bit of context for you, right?
Yeah, add context, please.
In the show, Percy's like talking to the other engines, right? Gordon says, "Oh, one thing's for sure, he won't choose Dirty Percy," and Percy responds with, "Don't call me Dirty Percy," because Percy's dirty and full of mud and everything. Was turning it into a rap song.
Oh no, no, Gavin, you can't do this to me. No! Oh, this is gonna be so weird. Oh no! What have I done? What have you done? let's just get this over with.
This is gonna be funny.
Just get on with it, I guess. I don't know.
I like the ending though, because you fold your arms like you just fold your arms.
Why have you done this to me? Dirty Percy! Dirty Percy! Everyone, he hates being called Dirty Percy. Yo, what did we say? Don't call him I can't. Just pretend I'm doing a meme. Okay, just pretend I'm doing a meme. Guys, help me, please. Don't call him Dirty Percy. I need to go. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Happy? You happy now, Gavin? You happy? I'm not doing that again. Thanks everyone for watching. On Gavin's channel you will see me dying horribly of cringe and want to commit not live anymore. And I will see you in the next video. Go watch my other videos. Bye.